Hello and welcome to another adventure. Today we're targeting trout on boobies. A very effective pattern, especially in the colder months. I'll show you just how easy it is to tie these flies as a novice. Then we'll fish them on a fast sinking line and watch the fish eat it right at my feet.
There we go. That was really cool.
Next I fish it on a floating line, showing just how versatile this pattern is.
There we go.
Welcome to Trout Love Boobies. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we've got some really good weather to come and do some trout fishing. My first trout trip of the year. It's towards the end of March now and the weather has just started to get a little bit nicer. The trout are going nuts behind me right now and it looks like there's quite a lot on the surface, which I wasn't expecting. So the other night I tied up quite a few booby flies, like this one here. I tied this fly by first doing a few wraps of thread onto the shank of a wide scape size 8 barbless hook. I then grabbed a pinch of white marabou for the tail and secured this into place. For the body I used a few wraps of green fritz. Another pinch of marabou gets tied onto the top and then some yellow floss for cheeks. Then I tie the eyes themselves by wrapping the thread around the middle, then working it up to the top and securing using a figure of 8 around the eye and the hook. Then I trim the floss and varnish. A wee tip for you, an easy way to get the foam eyes more circular is you can use the oven method. Set your oven to 180 on the fan setting and grab some tin foil. Make a wee basket from the foil, this is to put the eyes in. Then grab your eyes and cut them to the desired length. Then trim around the ends. Chuck these into your foil basket and 20 to 30 seconds later, the harsh edges should have now rounded off. Now, back to the fishing. So I'm by no means an expert at tying flies, but I quite like to show you how I do it because if you're like me and don't have much experience with fly tying really, it shows you that you can tie something that looks half decent fairly easily. And it's good fun, it's really good fun doing it. So I'll use one of these flies here and see if we can get a fish on it. I'm assuming that there'll still be some a bit lower down in the water and we should get one fairly fast. So we'll just get cast out and see what we can do. So I've got my fast sinking line on here. I've got it my Gray's GS2. 7 weight, and to start off with I'm going to stand a fair bit back from the water so I don't spook anything. There's fish rising right there, and if they're hungry enough I won't be too surprised if they just ate it straight off the surface. Now I normally like to fish these pretty slow. That's our first proper cast there, so I'll let my line sink down to the bottom. I'm just going to pull it really slow, I'm just in a figure of 8 here. Just a slow pull. I've actually caught quite a few trout just fishing this stationary. There we go. Oh, did I miss it? Ah, he's there. Yeah, they hit this pretty hard. I've got quite strong nylon on, I've got 8.8. I'm not afraid to go heavy when fishing this method because they do hit it very hard. There you go, nice healthy trout that. Looks very healthy actually, lovely spots on it. That looks like a healthy overwintered fish I'd say. These are barbless hooks so I should be able to just quickly twist them out. Oh, it shoots away. I like to avoid touching them when I can. Might show if I get any bigger ones, show you them to the camera, but yeah, straight away. Well, was that third or fourth cast? Not really straight away, but so that was the white with green and yellow eyes there. When I tied this up, I tied a variation of different flies. I've got some ecstasy style flies, a bunch of different colors, different eyes. This method is going to be so good that I don't think it matters too much. Oh, there's one at it. Oh, come on. Oh, take it. There we go. That was really cool. I hope you saw that. Yeah, they're right in close today. Another really good condition trout here. Let's have a look at them. And look at the spots on them. Brilliant. Really healthy trout. Lovely markings on them. So let's just grab this hook, twist him, and he's free, so just get him away there. There he goes. That was really cool. Took it right at my feet. You don't have to be an expert fly tyer to catch fish on them, honestly. I think if you're trout fishing, you're as well tying your own flies because it makes it that bit more fun. Quite often the trout go around in shoals, so if you see a lot more rising in a different spot, there could be quite a lot that's moved over to that different spot, so it's worth covering them when you can. There we go. That wasn't as didn't hit it as hard as normal, it just kind of tightened up there. I always tie these barbless as well because they are liable to swallow it. They quite often wolf it down when you're fishing the booby. This one's a little bit leaner. Still a really nice trout. Really nice spots on him. Just gonna twist the hook and he's free. See, once he realizes it. There we go. He's away. So another effective way of fishing the booby is using it as basically an indicator fly. So I'm going to switch my setup from the heavy line to my floating line. Now this one I tied up and I kind of messed it up a bit, to be honest. It's a yellow and orangey red fritz, and the hook's a bit covered, to be honest, with the fritz. I messed it up a little bit, and also one of the eyes is bigger than the other, which can sometimes be the case with boobies. So I'm fishing this on a fully floating line, and up from the booby, the indicator fly, I have two droppers with buzzers on. So there's one there, and there's one up here. And whilst I was setting up this rod, the fish have moved back in a little bit closer to me as well, so it should be a fairly short cast. So I'm going to set you up so you can hopefully see the fly. I'm going to fish it quite close in to start with. I'm just going to drop it out and stand away a bit back from the water and see if we can get one. So really what you're looking for here is keeping an eye on your fly. Ideally one that floats like all the boobies would, and something that's a bit bright, so you're not going to miss that. You can see that from space. So I'm watching for that. You might see a fish come up and take it. It does happen a fair bit. But you're also just watching it for it getting dragged under the water as a fish takes one of the droppers. So it's quite an exciting way of fishing, and I think something that would probably be a bit more effective today actually with the amount of fish that are near the surface. So yeah, let's go and gas this one out. Oh, there he goes. There we go. Oh, right towards me. I hope you saw that. I don't know if you could have made that out at that distance, but the fly just sort of swam off there. Nice spots on him. Come on. There we go, he came off. Excellent. Long distance catch and release. I could have netted him, but the hook just pulls out because they're just barbless. So yeah, nice, good release. Oh well, that cooler air is certainly coming now. It's definitely a bit colder and there's a lot less rising. Can't see any right now. And it was pretty much boiling with them earlier. So yeah, I think that's probably going to be it for the day. I had a few. Hopefully I kind of showed you how you don't have to be an expert to kind of tie boobies and how to fish them. And it's an effective method, a good fun method. So yeah, I've had a good day out. Hopefully the video's been alright, and I'll catch you in the next one.